Hello. Oh my goodness.
Here we turn the first chance that we can get, and we never look underneath the mess. Because what's told is what goes, believe the rest. You let them into your head. Just carve a smile and act like you mean them well. But always watch the hand that would seek to sell. Our cards are blank with no fortunes we can tell. With no more heroes to fell. These streets, they take no confessions. When they see your lies and obsessions. When good deeds just don't go forgiven. And nothing's what it seems. They know I'm here. Do I give in? I fought the fear. Do I start again? And I ain't thinking clear. Do I give in and follow you down the darkness deep within? Oh, 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 oh. Do I give in? Oh, 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 oh. And start again. Oh, 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 oh. Do I give in and follow you down the darkness deep within? Where each master's a slave to a vice or whim, and each word is a gun waiting behind a sin. I wouldn't trust myself enough to drop the ruse, so tell me which one's for you. These streets, they take no confessions. When they see your lies and obsessions. When good deeds just don't go forgiven. And nothing's what it seems. They know I'm here. Do I give in? I fought the fear. Do I start again? And I ain't thinking clear. Do I give in and follow you down the darkness deep within? Oh, 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 oh. Do I give in? Oh, 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 oh. And start again. Oh, 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 oh. Do I give in and follow you down the darkness deep within? I have to run away, run away. Maybe there never was another way, another way. I wish you were made of something but the hate, but the hate. You would never change if I cut the pain, cut the pain. I know there's a part of you I wanna save, wanna save. Gun in your hands, the only one to take, gonna take. But I'm buried in the middle of the flame, of the flame. And I know that I should get some of the blame, but the blame from being blinded. They know I'm here. Do I give in? I fought the fear. Do I start again? And I ain't thinking clear. Do I give in and follow you down the darkness deep within? Oh, 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 oh. Do I give in? Oh, 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 oh. And start again. Oh, 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 oh. Do I give in and follow you down the darkness deep within? They say that you're gonna get hurt. They say you can't burn forever. They say that you're gonna quit. Then life's gonna knock you down and then spit. They say it's best you don't trust, son. It's better than going home crying. They can't see the story we're writing, but when they do, they better tell the world we're coming. They better tell the world we're alive. They better tell the world we're coming. You better be prepared when we arrive. They better tell the world.
All right, let's see. Does that work? does that work? Doesn't look like it does. All right. What's up, Dev? Wow, I know on. Does everything sound okay? I didn't I didn't test my sound before I went live, but we're live regardless. I tried to go live on TikTok, but that didn't work. So, you know, TikTok can suck it, I guess. Okay, good, good, good. So the game starts in roughly 10 minutes. I have to pull it up and I have to mute it, I believe, for because of YouTube. Oh my god, that's an ad. There we go. Okay. There we go, that website too. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That was what that's what I wanted. Yep. Yeah, you know, just for good measure, you know, run it back. Maybe. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I I'm back to Meld for doing some live streams just because it is a little like heavier duty than like just regular OBS, but at the same time, I don't need something heavy if I'm just like doing this. So, wow, you guys can't even hear what I'm doing right now. That's crazy. Hold on, let me change that. It's really important what I'm doing right now. So like, yeah, I have to, I guess. Brother, I just want an audio source. Oh, because I don't have that. maybe. But now you can probably hear double audio, so now I do that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what I have been doing while you guys haven't been hearing is this. Oh my god, that was really loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for how loud that was. I feel like that was really loud. At least it showed up really loud. Might have showed up as very loud. Or, I don't know. Canada versus Czechia. Can I do like... I'm still trying to get this sound correct. I want to like... Whatever. Whatever. I want to play a little music in the background, but some non-copyright music. Some of my friends' music, actually. But yeah, I have to set up some of this stuff later, but I don't know if that will help or hurt. But I don't know, we'll figure it out. But anyways, Canada Czechia men's hockey gonna be starting in a little bit. Pull up my stream here. Not that one. That. All right, that's more at the audio level that I want my fart to be at. I have a soundboard here, so that's cool. I have this game. They're playing the replay or this women's Canada Finland. They got on right now for the last little bit. But that game's just wrapping up, and Canada's 5-0. I mean, this is nothing we didn't expect between Canada and Finland, women's at least. Mainly because, I mean, like, the women's hockey, it is slowly getting more competitive, but really for the last, like, since almost the entire existence, it's just been the friggin' USA Canada show, and not much else. So you know that's women's hockey is very entertaining, but at the international level, at least when it's like best on best, it's I don't want to say a bad watch, but it's like it's still work in progress. It's getting there. It's hard to fix your name. Hell yeah! No longer Zef who Zefo who's Zefu Zefu Tofu Zef. I've never even heard of a Zef. What's a Zephorix? But let's see. So it's Finland versus Canada. That's the women's hockey game I have on right now. So let me. Oh wait, they're all using the same rink. I think actually. Now that I think about it, I think they're all using the same rink. Maybe are they? I want to say there's only one rink in Milan. I think it's just the one. Gotta do that. And now I think we should be good. So Canada and Czechia. So like Czechia is a team that could definitely be on the road for some upsets. I'm going to bring up the rosters right now just so I can do a quick overview before the game. Czechia does have some pretty good names on their team. I don't think they're 100% NHL, like they definitely have like what is it, the SHL Liga, other like European Pro League players, but they do have, and KHL and stuff, but they do have some pretty good NHLers. They're one of their goalies is from the NCAA. They're I don't know. They're probably going with Halav. Wait, no, wait, that's Slovakia. What am I doing? Slovakia, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, France, Czechia. There we go. Yeah, Czechia has a lot of NHLers and mainly a couple European pro players like the Czech League and looks like some Swiss League players too. So the defense, they have Radko Gudas, Tomas Kondratek. I'm just going out on a whim on some of these names, dude. Like that's just. There's my cat. Oh, okay. I don't. Michael Kempney, John Rutta. Oh, David Spacek. Okay. That's a AHL defenseman. Phil Peronek. That's a okay defenseman. Peronek's fine. He's on the Canucks. Finn Pro League, Czech Pro League. Of course, Czechia. They have David Pasternak, which is why a lot of people are saying Czechia is in contention to upset anybody at all, is because of David Pasternak, because he's on a terrible Bruins team and he's still unbelievable. And last season, I think he had over 100 points too, with a terrible Bruins team, just absolutely willing them wherever they go. So if Czechia is going to do anything in this tournament, it's going to be because of David Pasternak. That's what the general public consensus is. Cervenka from HC Dynamo. Dynamo is a pretty good club. Martin Necas, one of the best one of like probably top 15 defensemen in the NHL. Really good. Martin Necas, really good. What other players would we know at least? Andre Palat not just got traded, but might be getting traded from the New Jersey Devils. He's going to be on that Czechia team. I remember watching Andre Palat develop because he developed on the Syracuse Crunch AHL team. So I watched a lot of Andre Palat before he became an NHLer, which is pretty cool. Pavel Zacha, he's on the team. Tomas Hertl, a little disappointing season this year, but Tomas Hertl is still pretty good, or he has the potential to be pretty good. He hasn't been pretty good this year for Vegas, or as good as we expected him to be, at least. He's still been pretty decently productive player, but not what we expected to see out of him when Vegas traded for him and when he was putting up like just insane numbers on a horrible San Jose team. David Kampf, Faxa, Radek Faxa from the Stars. Again, I'm just my pronunciations are gonna be poop, but So they do have a little bit of power. See I think I'm trying to think who. So I know this kind of confused me. So Czechia is not dressing Vemelka for a goalie. The two goalies they have on their roster right now are Lucas Dostal and Dan Vladar of the Philadelphia Flyers. If I remember correctly, Vladar isn't doing like great, right? I think he's like at best maybe like average or a little below average. But he's Philly's best goalie. Has Vladar had a good season? Maybe at the beginning he started hot and then he kind of tapered off. Dostal is having a really good season this year for the Anaheim Ducks, I believe. But like Karl Vemelka has been like one of the better goalies in the entire league, and he's not dressed for today, so that's kind of interesting, I think. So we'll see about that. So that's kind of my sentiment on the Czechia roster. Like they definitely have decent comparatively to the rest of the nations. They have pretty decent goaltending. They do have some they have okay average kind of defenders. But their big thing is over on offense with, you know, Pasternak, Tomas Hertl, Andre Palat could definitely be productive. David Kampf, you know, like those kind of guys leading the way. They can definitely get a couple goals on you and at least make it interesting, especially on that top end, that top six and probably their top one or their top defensive pairs somewhere around there. They can definitely keep up with some of these clubs because obviously they're all NHL players, NHL speed. Even I don't doesn't look like they have any KHL players, just mainly like Liga and Swiss League players, kind of. So I think it might be a little harder down the stretch. So especially going against friggin' Canada. So like I can see this being kind of close for like the first like period and a half, 2 periods, and then the third period just Canada just completely taking over. If like that's kind of how I would expect the game to go. That's how I'd expect the game to go. If somebody were to ask me, you know, who's expected to win this, who like, and like how favored are the overdogs, but yeah, that's probably what I would say. Is that the words I'm looking for? Czechia does have a chance to hang in there if Canada gets sloppy. It doesn't come into this very prepared, but from like everything you read from like the media and stuff, Canada seems to be really, really, really focused on just winning everything. So, you know, uh, if everything they've said in the media actually translates, they should be able to handle Czechia absolutely no problem. But you know, if they come out a little sloppy, you know, I don't know who's starting in net for Canada today. I don't know if it's Bennington or Logan Thompson. I know they're both dressed. I don't, or maybe can't. Now that I think about it, I think Canada is like purposely not telling us who's starting today. Now that I think about it, I think I saw that somewhere. I think Canada specifically said that they're not going to tell us who's starting. So we'll see that hopefully in a little bit. But you know, I can see like, you know, if they start Bennington, because Bennington hasn't had a great NHL season, and then going into the Olympics, I mean, you can say that too about Four Nations. He had like a not great regular season, but then he was unbelievable in the Four Nations, and then great the rest of the year. He's really good under high pressure, so you can't, or he has shown in the past at least. We don't know about this year, obviously, but like historically he has, and he's won a Stanley Cup. Like he has a really good track record of performing in high pressure situations. But you know, as the years go on, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. Jordan Bennington is probably the goalie I would run out for this game, just kind of like a heat check type thing on Jordan Bennington, because he'll probably face some shots with some of the names on here, or with some of the names that Czechia has. But in the end, you know, it's gonna be a little difficult. And I mean, you kind of want to. I mean, you want that heat check on Bennington though to see like if he's kind of still at that Four Nations level or kind of close to it type thing, just to see, you know. So we will see what's going on there. Maybe, yeah. So I don't know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in Cortana or Milan, excuse me. I'm pretty sure that there's only one rank, and the women's game isn't over yet. Uh, so Dev says, I say Canada 4-2. I think that's kind of a solid bet. I would probably go closer to like 5-2. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, we're started. I just had to refresh my stream. My bad. Okay. So it's 0-0. Kicking things off. Canada power play absolutely rips it from the side. Not going to hit anything. Czechia does get the clear. 19 seconds counting down on that power play. Canada goes back and regroups. I didn't quite see who was in net there, but the defenseman drops it back. 93, bringing it through the zone, and Czechia does get the intercept and the clear. 4 seconds left on the power play. Canada re-enters the zone using some great skill, great passing, open lane to shot, save by the Czechia goaltender, and now counterattack by the Czech. It's going to be a one-on-one over here. The puck does end up going deep into the corner behind the net, trying to cycle it back up top, and he's just going to send it right back down below behind the net, going around, loop-de-loop, tries to pass it up front, but internet, why did I say internet? Canada does disrupt it, back in the corner. It's staying along the wall a lot right here. Canada's just trying to keep everything to the outside. Czechia brings it to the defenseman for a shot. I think that's Bennington in goal. It does get blocked in front by Canada. But yeah, I mean, Czechia just could not get the puck off the wall, but they still have the puck, and they're gonna try to regroup here, get back in the zone. There's Pasternak on the wall. He gets like instantly like double, or he might have gotten triple teamed right there, if I'm being honest. Canada sends the puck to their own bench while they are changing. No touch for the extra man though, for the too many men. But Czechia does end up icing it. So now it's going to be face off down at the Canada, or excuse me, face off down at the Czechia goal. Yeah, at shot replay of a shot of Theodore. He had a lot of the defenseman for Canada. He just tried, or he had so much open space and was able to just waltz into the slot and rip it. So, not the type of defensive performance so far you want to see out of Czechia. And Canada's doing a really good job at just completely suffocating Czechia. Czechia wins the face-off, goes into the Canada zone, but Canada ends up putting on the pressure, gets some checks, able to break it back out. Puck gets wrapped around. Canada still with control in deep, but they are getting pressured heavy by this Czechia team. Lots of hits, but some little quick cycles dumped back behind the net around to the other end. I mean, these teams are playing really physical hockey right now. These guys are just crashing. Shot from the slot, from the high slot there. I think it goes just wide or off the blocker of the Czechia goalie. But broken stick, puck trickles back in front. Canada tries to get a shot, not able to. Goes behind the net and does go out of play. 14:06 left in the first. Canada has 6 shots. Czechia has 2. Good shot of good old Brad Marchand there on the bench. So, yeah. So, at least from what I've seen in this 2 minutes so far, Canada is completely keeping Czechia to the outside when they're in the offensive zone, and Czechia doesn't really have the speed to cycle as well to try and break that pressure. So face-off was won by Czechia in their own zone, and they end up icing it again. So face-off is going to go back to the Czechia zone. Yeah, if I had to, I mean, what I was going to say pre-game was that I think 4-2 is a really solid prediction. I would probably lean closer to like 5-2, 6-2, just because I think like third period is going to be hell for Czechia. Face-off win by Canada, not able to handle it at the blue line, so they're going to be forced to leave the zone and regroup here. And regroup they do. Pass to that defenseman. He just absolutely waltzes in the zone. Czechia breaks it up. 2-on-1 opportunity breaking in the zone. The defender back checks and keeps up and breaks it up. But Czechia still has control down deep, but they try to break out, and it's not going to work. So now Canada on the counter-attack. There is Connor McDavid. Does get broken up a little bit. Defense to defense, pass in the neutral zone. Canada ends up bringing it back in. Very active defenseman out of Canada right now. Off the wall, too. Not able to do it. But now Czechia finds another break, and they are back in the zone. He puts a long shot on the net, and that's just going to get frozen. So, Czechia, I mean, it's almost like Czechia's getting that zone time, but they're not able to really do anything with it because of the pressure that Canada's putting on. Kind of crazy if you ask me. I mean, it is like kind of what you would expect out of Canada, I guess. I mean, what do you mean? What do I mean? I guess it is exactly what you would expect out of Canada, 100%. So, Canada's doing their thing. It's just if Czechia can find something to break up the pressure that Canada's bringing right now. Got an advertisement because I do not have the ad-free version of Peacock. I heard they own like the game, one of the games yesterday, the men's games, they only had the first 10 minutes on YouTube, and then the rest was on Peacock. And it's just like, why do that at all, actually? I still don't know who's in goal for Czechia. I haven't been able to get a good look at even their number, honestly. The way the Czechia jerseys are is kind of interesting. I mean, they have great jerseys, don't get me wrong. I love Czechia's jerseys. Now that I see like Canada's jerseys on the ice, I don't like Canada's jerseys that much, honestly. I don't think they're very special. Or they give me more like, honestly, they give me more something more like Denmark vibes, like or like Norway rather than Canada. They look like kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. They look kind of weird on the ice. Tomas Hertl ready to take the face-off here for Czechia. This is in the Canada zone. Hertl versus McDavid. And there's a couple rules that are different in the international play. It looks like McDavid won it forward to the Czechia defense. Czechia just sends it back in deep, and now they have control. And who's that defender, number 44 in Canada? Just absolutely hounding the Czechia player down deep. This Canada team is working their butts off, let me tell you. They are taking this like life or death, as that's what they've been saying. So a little shot from the side from Czechia off the right side boards, and that is going to be saved. It is Binnington in net for Canada. So, I mean, he's looked sharp so far. Everything that Canada said to the media makes sense right now. I mean, I guess it always makes sense because that's like always what you want to portray. You are like the scary boogeyman of the tournament. So the more like confident and intimidating you appear, the more it's gonna more it can give you a little edge. Czechia wins the faceoff deep in the Canada zone. Back to the point, takes the shot. It is blocked, I believe. And now Canada here on the counterattack. Pass up the middle. Is that Nathan McKinnon? Drop passes. Gets a shot. Not able to convert. It is saved by the Czechia goaltender. I need to bring up this box score. Because I want to see actually what's going on. Oh my. Of course they release an update for the app right before the game. Face off to the left of the Czechia goalie. Czechia wins the face off back in their zone. Czechia's winning a ton of face-offs. Tomas Hertl's crushing it. Puck gets to the center ice. Czechia gets it in, but right to Binnington, and Binnington plays the puck forward. Canada 3-on-2. Chance shoots. Scores! Canada go! Oh, but it gets waved off. It gets waved off. Nathan McKinnon had the puck in the slot. Absolutely snipes it top shelf. It gets waved off, though. Because there's a penalty. Oh, there's a penalty. Oh, my goodness. I think that was the tripping call. So Binnington shovels it up the ice. They win it off the board straight to center ice with McKinnon. Oh, there it is. Yep, that was tripping. There was a tripping call right before the goal. Wow, so now Czechia's going to be on the power play. But Canada, right away, they have a shorthanded break up the right side. Saved by the Czechia goalie. Oh, Nathan McKinnon with a snipe, and it does not count. And now Czechia has the power play. No, that was I think that was a good trip. I mean, it's ass in the sense where it was an unnecessary chip. But you don't need to move your legs to get a trip. If your stick are in the skates in any capacity whatsoever, and the player falls, that's a trip. Unfortunately, that's just. Yeah. And the stick was between his legs too. But Czechia gets it in the zone to the point. Puck deflected in front. Binnington just gets the stop. But Czechia still has control. Back up at the blue line. Going to get it to the sideboards. And now the puck gets broken up and breaking down by Canada. Puck is deep into the zone. Into the Czechia zone. They're going to regroup here. Try to re-attack Canada. Czechia does end up getting in the zone. Down deep, fighting for the puck. Canada does put on the pressure, gets the puck loose, and now both teams are fighting for it. More Czechia control behind the net. They are playing behind that net a whole bunch. But Canada able to break it up and sends it back down. There is 30 seconds left in the Czechia power play. Czechia regrouping and re-attacking. Down deep in the zone, Czechia trying to get those. They're just trying to build something, but this Canada pressure and the Canada speed is just unbelievable right now. Czechia cannot do anything. Czechia once again. Power play is over. Czechia still with control in their zone. Side to side. Gets it deep. Binnington not able to stop the puck. Gets in the corner. Czechia first to the puck. Canada able, once again, man, they break it up. And now Canada breaking along the left wing. Gets it deep into the zone. Czechia defender under some pressure, but they're able to recover for now. Canada finishing all of their checks as they turn it back over into the zone. Gets it back deep. Czechia rotating. Cycle. Blue line. Center. Czechia enter the zone. Not much helps as might be dumping like a partial change here, and they are able to get the partial change. Player knocks down Connor McDavid. They're fighting in that Canada corner. Round back behind the net, tries to put it in front. Hurdle, not able to get anything going. He shovels it in front, but it just hits the goalie's pad, and he's able to cover that. The stats on the Olympic website aren't even updating. They're not even updating, dude. Oh, there it goes. It just updated. Goalie stats did not update, though. Did they? Am I crazy? Oh, okay, there we go. Dostal is in net for Czechia. Not Vladar. Dostal is in Czech. Is in the Czechia net. Let's want another commercial break. What stats do we have so far? Time on ice leader for Czechia right now is Filip Hronek, which makes sense. He's very consistent. Tomas, he has almost 4 minutes on ice so far. We're only halfway through the first. He's played almost half the game so far, Filip Hronek. I mean, which makes sense. He's a great two-way player, but Hronek or two-way player, yeah. On defense, his job is probably to shut down Connor McDavid. That's just what he has to do. Tomas Hurdle. Yep, 236. Time on ice. 5 shifts. Pasternak has played 3 minutes. Natchez has played 318. Kempney has played 346. I mean, the way these stats are updating is weird, but Then on Canada's side, Celebrini has played 3.5 minutes. That's pretty good. McDavid has played almost 4 minutes. Obviously, he's McDavid. Yeah. Puck is about to drop. 9:21 left in the first. Czechia has 7 shots. Canada has 8. Face off in the Canada zone, won by Canada. Able to get it into the neutral zone, but they're going to have to go back to rotate. Try and cycle this. Buy some time. And they do. Breakout is coming. Cross center ice. Able to dump it back in. Deep into the Czechia zone. Canada has 2 deep. They play 1 more down the line, rotating 1 to the front of the net. Back to the defense. They take a shot. Deflected just wide. Back into the corner. Czechia and Canada players just absolutely hounding on each other. Czechia is able to break out, though. Puck gets in deep, and it is icing again on Czechia. Czechia. I think that's already their third icing. That's already their third icing. What are we doing here? I mean, it's probably just to relieve some pressure because... I mean, Canada's putting on some crazy pressure. I mean, as expected. But... Canada wins the faceoff in the Czechia zone, going back to the point, gets it down deep where Connor McDavid lies. Right behind the net. Czechia able to break that up, get it along the boards, try to send it out to center ice to Pasternak. He's not able to contain it. Canada, quick passing, gets it into the zone, gets deflected on net for a Dostal freeze. There's one player that's been really noticeable on defense for Canada. I have to find their number. Face-off win face-off win for Czechia in the Czechia zone. They're able to break it out to center, but Canada causes a turnover, and they're able to get back, regroup, and re-attack themselves deep into the Czechia zone. Czechia tries to rim it around the boards, and they do so successfully, trying to break it out of their zone, and they do. A couple passes at the Canada blue line, able to get it in, but Canada does end up grabbing possession. So now it's going to be deep in the Canada zone. They're also going to bring it around the boards, and Canada ices it as well. Canada also ices it. So noticeable players for me on Canada. Nick Suzuki? I've been noticing when he's out there. He's only played 2 minutes, but I feel like Suzuki has been pretty noticeable. McKinnon has been insanely good. In the Canada zone, face-off won by Czechia. They get it back down deep. Puck hits the ref and goes right back into possession of Czechia, but he's not able to keep control. Canada able to break it out. Canada regrouping in their zone. Gets it back to center ice. Czechia trying to fight them in the neutral zone. Not able to do so. Puck getting deep in the Czechia zone. Around the boards. Back out to center. All the way down. Canada able to stop the icing though. But they're in their zone. Able to regroup. Josh Morrissey going to pass it up the wing. Canada on the quick breakout. Connor McDavid getting bullied on the ice. He just got hit in his legs and then spun around at the upper body, but he's still fighting there. Almost gets an opportunity in front, but that is broken up quickly by the Czechian defenders as they try to break it out once again. Back in center ice, neutral zone, domination by Canada. Quick breakout, activating those defensemen, getting in deep. Once again, deep in the Czechia zone. Czechia able to break it back out. They're just going to dump and change here. Apply a little bit of pressure, get some fresh legs on defense. Canada's going to regain possession. Canada's going to move back up the wing. Brad Marchand to the center, shoots, and misses the net. Who was that? Number 4? Oh my goodness, misses the net on a just point blank opportunity. 1-on-1 with the goalie, and you missed the net. Was it 14? That's Bo Horvat, I think. And Czechia on the counterplay pushes it one hand stick push shot in front. Martin Necas not able to bury it. And then he regains possession, throws it back in front, and still not able to connect with a shot. Czechia defenders with the puck, breaking it in front of the net. Puck goes around the corner, taken away by Czechia. Oh my goodness! What just happened? From the impossible angle, he took a shot and it went behind Binnington, but did not cross the line. It got between the post and Binnington's back, but did not cross the line for a goal. How does that happen? Nathan McKinnon with possession in Czechia's zone in the slot. He's going to stop. He's going to throw it into the corner. Number 10 in deep, but Czechia is going to regain. They're going to try and break this puck out again. Just a little chip shot trying to change. Oh, How did that happen? I saw the crowd go crazy for a second thinking Czechia scored, but they did not. Czechia on the breakout. I mean, number 3 from Czechia. He fans on the shot. He whiffs. And now facing double pressure in the corner by Doughty and Harley. They're going to end up regaining possession there. Little quick cycles, creating space. Back down, back up, back down, back up. Just trying to spread out these Czechia players slowly but surely here. Canada with possession by their net. They're going to start breaking it up towards the ice here. 89. Passes it back. Back to the corner. Or back to the wing there. Deep in the Czechia zone. Canada with possession. Throws it in front. Not able to bury it. Back to the Canada blue line. They're continuing to play around a bit. Here on the right wing. Takes a shot. Not able to get it. Back in front. Czechia able to just barely clear it. Oh my goodness, dude. Canada on a fast re-break. Dumps it deep into the zone along the boards. Puck does get escaped through the center. Canada able to touch it, get it back in the corner, start the cycle again, keep the pressure up. Along the side, number 43, gonna dump it down, back behind the net. McDavid goes in front. Number 17, I think that's Celebrini. Does end up picking up that puck. He's going to dump it back down. David holds up. Keeping control down deep here. Trying to rotate it back up to the defenseman, but it just gets away. Some pushing and shoving after a whistle at the blue line. I think it was an offsides. Pushing and shoving. This is a really fun game, man. This has been a fun game. Canada is definitely doing their thing. Canada is definitely doing their thing. But, Czechia's had some good opportunities, though. Dude, Czechia's had some good opportunities. They're replaying Crosby from... Is this 2014 or... Ryan Miller. So, no, that's a gold. Yeah, that's a golden goal. Load back in. There is Sidney Crosby. Mr. Crosby himself. Sir Crosby. I know some players, their number changes for the Olympics, so I'm like trying to find a list of the roster and numbers. Because that's what's throwing me off. I don't know some of these players' numbers. Like, that article doesn't help at all. That doesn't help at all. Hronik out for Czechia on the ice right now. I believe this is in the Canada zone. Or no, this is a center ice faceoff. Excuse me. Sam Bennett on the faceoff versus Tomas Hertl. Hertl able to slightly win that over to his wing, but Canada able to win the battle. Wins it back. Harley breaking it out for Canada. Entering the neutral zone. Does end up getting it deep into the Czechia zone. Oh my goodness, kind of a vicious hit on Brad Marchand there, but Marchand unaffected, able to get it back in front. Czechia does play one. I noticed something that Czechia is doing here, and I'll tell you in a little bit. Pasternak does get beat off the puck. It's going to go back down into the Canada zone. Czechia along the wings. Czechia is just completely bamboozled right now. They look like they're not with it. They just had 3 players just standing around on the boards. and just doing nothing while Canada's swarming. Czechia able to keep the puck in the zone. Deep in behind the net is David Pasternak. Not able to do anything there. Tries a wraparound, but it doesn't work. And meanwhile, Canada does end up bringing it back, but that is going to be an icing on Canada. Yeah, so Celebrini, been pretty good on that first line. Nathan McKinnon looks like the best player on the ice, I'd say. Nathan McKinnon looks like the best player on the ice. He's playing really, really, really well. Josh Morrissey, number 44, he's been playing pretty good for Canada as well, so far, I'd say, from the eye test. Face off to the right of the Canada goalie. Could be Nathan McKinnon taking the face off. Czechia wins the face-off again. Trying to cycle around from the point. Gets a shot. Puck in the open up front, but Binnington able to get the stop. Oh my goodness, man. Czechia almost with a wide open net. I don't know if Binnington got a piece of that or if that was blocked. Finding the replay right now. So puck goes up to the blue line. Puck gets stopped. Oh my god. Wait, who was that on Czechia? It's number 64. I'm gonna call this player out right now. Who is number 64 on Czechia? I don't know. It's impossible to find anything. No, whoever number 64 on Czechia is, he had a wide open net and fanned on the puck, and it just dribbled to Binnington. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Face-off won by Czechia, and they had two quick slappers from the point. Both were saved by Binnington, but still both looked a little sketchy. Czechia still with control down deep. Czechia able to regain control in the neutral zone. D-to-D pass into their own zone, continuing to retreat. So Canada... the thing that looks sketchy about Binnington right now is his rebound control. His rebound control is not good. Deep in the zone, Czechia with control behind the net passes it back to the point onto the right wing, but Canada is going to intercept. It's going to be McDavid outlet pass towards center ice. They're going to dump it in deep into the zone, back around the boards. Czechia gets it out. Defenseman for Canada does have possession though. Oh my goodness, absolute crash and burn, popped a tire. Czechia player goes into the boards. Canada gets it in deep into the Czechia zone. Sidney Crosby fighting for it in the corner. He's going to be behind the net trying to do some of that dirty work, fending off that Czechia defender. Back to the point. Drew Doughty on the point. Gets it down deep. No, quick shot in the slot. Not able to get anything done. Czechia able to regain control. Czechia is going to break out. Long pass to the blue line. Almost gets the slick pass to the slot, but it gets broken up there. They try to pass it to the slot again, and they do get it. Puck behind the net. Czechia not able, just barely misses the deflection, and they try to catch McDavid at the blue line. Not gonna happen, but they still gain possession. Canada deep in the zone. Czechia player blows a tire, and that's a goal for Canada. Canada puts on the pressure, puts on the counterattack. They score a goal. It's Macklin Celebrini with the goal, his first Olympic goal. Macklin Celebrini. Canada leads 1-0. Oh baby, Macklin Celebrini. Puck goes to the point. Celebrini gets the deflection. Goalie trying to argue a high stick, so it's Cale Makar in the air. No, Macklin Celebrini. That was a gorgeous deflection, man. Oh my goodness. Cale Makar gets the puck at the point, takes a slapper. Celebrini in front of the net, keeping his stick perfectly level, gets the deflection into the goal. Macklin Celebrini. Canada 1-0 as time expires. Shots are 11 even on both sides. Czechia not able to capitalize on any opportunities at the last second. It's Macklin Celebrini. Kel McCarr from the point. Macklin Celebrini deflection. 1-0 Canada. How we doing, guys? How we doing? How we feeling? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Na 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 na. I'm just playing around with some things. All right, so I'm going to get into some of the stats here after the first period. Let's see what we can dig up. Let's see what we can find. How about that, dude? How about that? Dude, Macklin Celebrini, what a stud. What a friggin' stud is Macklin Celebrini, man. He's incredible. Such a good player. Yeah. The Olympics app sucks, by the way. It just sucks. I hate this app for the Olympics. Like, I just want to see stats, and I have to click on the game like 5 different times just to see the friggin' stats. There we go. Stats. Yeah, so shots are 11 even. Both team had 2 penalty minutes. Yeah, nothing else interesting on that end. Nobody scored a power play. Both teams are 0 for 1. Individual player statistics for Czechia. Philip Ronik, 639 on the ice. He was one of the more noticeable defenders on Czechia there, I'd say. He was one of the more noticeable defenders. He was on goal, or he was on ice for that last goal, but I still think he's generally playing pretty good. Thomas Hertl, he's been really, really, really good in the face-off dot. He's been playing so well in the face-off. I mean, just in general, I feel like, well, I mean, there's not as much access to stats for the Olympics as there is like an NHL game, but like just on vibes alone, I feel like Czechia is winning like the majority of these face-offs, or at least they're winning the important ones because it's been very noticeable their face-off wins. So Thomas Hertl playing pretty well. He played almost 7 minutes of that first period. Pasternak did play 7. Martin Necas playing 7:36 of that period as well. Gudas 5 minutes. Company 7. Palat with 5 minutes. Kampf almost 6 minutes. Spacek 7:30. What else we got here? That's about it for Czechia. For Canada, let's see who's leading the way here. Am I able to? No, I can't. Devon Tays has played really, really well, I think. He's been doing a really good job of getting himself involved in a lot of these breakouts and getting involved and getting the puck in deep and stuff like that. I think he's pretty noticeable on the ice, Devon Tays. 6:28 played in that first period, +1 as well. He was on ice for that goal. I think Tays has been playing pretty well. Kel McCarr has only played 5:39, but had a nice assist on that goal. Celebrating a great deflection. 6 minutes played. Tom Wilson 6:21 played. Everyone was kind of surprised, or everyone was kind of excited to see what Tom Wilson's role would be on this team. I will say it didn't seem like crazy noticeable, but at the same time, it happens. Hagel also had some good moments. He lost a lot of faceoffs, so or at least he was on the ice when they lost possession off the faceoffs. That's the terminology I'm trying to use. I feel like every time they showed a preview of him on the ice, Canada ended up losing offensive possession. But I mean, really though, I feel like in general Canada is just playing with incredible pressure right now, keeping the puck to the outside, finishing every one of their checks. There have been some moments from Czechia where they just look just completely stunned and unorganized. Like there was one moment in that first period where it's like it's on the right side wall for Czechia in the Czechia zone. Czechia's like trying to break out, but they have 3 players within like 10 feet of each other on that right hand wall, all like standing up straight, like they're not even playing hockey right now. I'm just like, what are we doing? But they're doing really good on these counterattacks. They're getting a lot of good pucks in, like pucks around the net, getting in pucks deep. When they do get the pucks in deep, though, they're not really able to convert that to more chances, which is the main thing. But even then, you know, they still have 11 shots. They're trying to push that puck in front of the net as much as they can, especially when Pasternak's in deep behind the net. He's able to grab possession, and he's just kind of working side to side. He's thrown it in front a couple times. He hasn't taken too many straight shots himself. It seems like he's more focused on driving that traffic to the front of the net to Bennington. And Czechia also is relying on their defensemen a lot, which does also, in a way, make sense as well. Because especially given what Pasternak's doing, because, you know, Pasternak's one of the best shooters in the entire game. But if you have the best shooter in the entire game, more so leaning on his speed to create these opportunities, I think that goes towards what their entire strategy is right now. They're trying to create traffic in front of the net. They're trying to create rebounds, which I don't think is even a bad idea because, I mean, Binnington's giving up just the juiciest rebounds in the entire world right now. He's giving up just, you know, apple juice, 100% pure, fresh squeezed, hand squeezed juice on the ice right now. So I do like that Czechia is kind of leaning into that game plan of creating traffic, trying to bang in some rebounds, getting some dirty goals. I think that will most likely pay off at least once or twice this game the way it's going. So we'll see. We also got Mitch Marner has 6:14 on ice. You know, interesting. Sam Bennett, I only saw take one face-off and then immediately lose it. So that's all I saw out of Sam Bennett, which shows because he's played the least or one of the least on the team, along with Sam Reinhart, minute 34. And like I said, the only time I saw him was he went on the ice, lost a face-off. That's all he knows, Sam Bennett. Marchand's not playing too bad. He only has 2 minutes on the ice, but I mean, I noticed him when he was on the ice. So that's a good thing for Canada. So yeah, that's the Canada breakdown for the first period. Just kind of like the normal. What's the word I'm looking for? Here? The normal suspects for Czechia. David Spacek has been playing pretty well. I really like how he's playing, and it shows with his ice time, 7.5 minutes on the ice. Of course, Natchez has had some good opportunities, not quite to be able to bury anything. Pasternak's role on this team right now is not to, well, like, I guess I'm trying to describe it like Czechia isn't like, their game plan isn't like, oh, get the puck to Pasta and let Pasta score. That's not what they're doing at all. They're using Pasta in a more like not multi-dimensional, a more multi-dimensional game, right? So instead of just using him like, oh, he's the best goal scorer we have, so give him the puck and he'll score the goals. They're more like, he's our most well-rounded player. He's our best player. So we're going to use him in every scenario that we can, or in every effective way that we can. And one of those ways is using that speed, getting in deep into the zone, and then trying to create chaos in front of the net, trying to push that puck into the net. He's also been doing a lot of addition from below the red line back to the defensemen, and they're really trying to get those shots on from the defensemen, get that traffic, create rebounds. That's Czechia. I think that is Czechia's like very obvious game plan right now. They're just trying to pepper Binnington with shots, and it has almost worked. They had probably at least two really, really good scoring chances that period. I'm just checking Twitter right now, trying to find some updates and such. Yeah, I wasn't like super impressed with. I wasn't super impressed with Bennington that game, that round, or that period. I'm seeing a lot of people like hyping up Bennington right now, but like I said, I really think he was just letting up these insane rebounds. He was just letting up insane rebounds, man. Like, what are we doing? Type thing. That's how I'm seeing it, at least, right? The only reason Czechia did not score is because that one player fanned on a wide open net. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why it's not at least 1-1, but. It's been a really fun, very physical game, though. It's been very, very, a lot of checking, right? It's been a lot of checking. They've been doing really good. Dude, I don't even know what's going on. TikTok says I'm live. Or according to Meld, it says I'm live on TikTok, but I'm definitely not live on TikTok right now. Whatever. I'm just gonna go live on Twitch too. Frick it. Frick it heck. Like in general, that was just very entertaining hockey. I will say. I do declare. That was very entertaining hockey. My 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 Twitch says I'm streaming Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not streaming Baldur's Gate 3. Unfortunately. Maybe not today, but sometime I'll stream Baldur's Gate 3 again. Alright, that's one. I'm just changing all my stuff on Twitch. None of that, fine. There we go. Okay. Stream info. info has been updated. Hello, Twitch. We are here. What's up, Twitch? What's up, Twitch gamers? How are we doing, Twitch? I'm so sorry if you came here, because my live notification said I was playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm watching hockey. I apologize if you're a Twitch stan for life. I don't know why this is not showing me my Twitch chat, though. I wish it was, but it's not. Oh well. Oh well. What's up, Twitch? Alright, what do we got here? Alright. So I got that. I got that. Come on. Please let me do this. There. I want that there. Sorry, I'm just rearranging my screen. I don't even have my second monitor hooked up right now, so I'm just like, I'd just be chilling, dude. I'd just be chilling. Shout out. How loud is this even? I like that one. I like that. Guys, start of the second period. Do you hear that? It's time for the second period. Canada, 1-0 lead. Second period about to get underway. Here we go. Binnington, with the puck deep in his own zone, plays it to his own defenseman, gets away from him, and Czechia able to keep the pressure up, keeps it down deep into the zone. Canada plays it along the boards. Czechia from up top with the shot, gets blocked, popped up in the air. He gets it back, but Canada able to take it back from him. Dumps it deep into the Czechia zone. Czechia. Kempany pushes it up the right wing, but Canada regains possession in their zone. And they're able to break it back out deep into the Czechia zone. Canada regains possession back behind the Czechia net. Czechia trying to stay on that defense. Canada creating some space, brings it right in front, not able to get the shot off. Czechia breaks it back out along the right wing. Czechia's 2 to Canada's 3 in Canada's zone. Canada trying to get a quick breakout. And they do end up doing that. Celebrini through center ice. Gets it to the wing to Connor McDavid, who puts a shot on net. Nothing coming of that one. McDavid regains possession, cycles it down deep. Celebrini with some pressure along the sideboards. Czechia is able to get the puck out, though. Back deep into Canada's zone. It's going to be Czechia on the attack along the boards. Cycles it back down low to the point. Czechia puts the shot on net. I don't think it got through. I think it got deflected away. But let's try that again. Czechia at the point again. Rips another shot. Binnington save. Rebound Binnington save. Puck now breaks out. Celebrini pushes it towards center. Going to go off for a change deep into the Czechia zone now. Czechia able to gain control. And they are going to play behind the net. Cycles it out towards the side. Back out front. The puck just gets away from that player in the neutral zone, and that is going to be icing on Czechia. Icing. Canada's going to regain possession inside the zone. Or, I guess I shouldn't just say they regain possession. They've been pouring faceoffs. It's going to be in the Czechia. The faceoff is going to be in the Czechia zone, is what I meant to say. Canada does end up winning the faceoff. I think it goes out of play though. It's deflected out of play, maybe. Was it deflected? Are they talking about it? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Faceoff moves to outside of the zone now, which would mean, I think that means it deflected off a Canada's player's glove, I believe would be the ruling on that. Pastrnak along the wall, gets it in front of the net. Czechia does get the puck in deep, going to cycle it back out front. Pastrnak once again in the slot, drops it off to his teammate, who tries to give it back to Pastrnak. Not able to do anything. Back to the point for Czechia. Roenick. D-to-D pass in front of the net. Pastrnak puts it in front of the net. Again, another Binnington save, man. But again, it's all rebound saves. It's all rebound saves. Like he's getting the initial save and then he's giving up a juicy rebound. Czechia just not able to put anything in the net. One-on-one here in the Canada zone, trying to fight for the puck. Pastrnak does get behind the defense when he gains possession, tries to throw it in front, but Canada staying strong, they regain possession. Canada through the neutral zone into the Czechia zone. Fighting back and forth. Spacek loses the puck to the point for Canada. They're playing around with it more. Back to the right or the left wing boards. Gets it deep. Along the boards, Canada intercepts the goalie dump. Tries to put it on net. Not able to get anything done. McKinnon with a reverse hit in that sequence. Oh my goodness. Even McDavid is blowing up players right now, dude. Doughty's laying it down. McDavid taking the face-off. This is going to be in the Czechia zone against Kampf. David Kampf. Kampf. D-to-D pass for Canada. Shot goes wide of the net. Back in control down deep. Back to the defenseman. He takes the shot, and that is going to be a save. Then he lets up the rebound back into the corner. Czechia is still not able to get full control of it, but they do break out of the zone. Canada traps it in the neutral zone. Sends it back in deep. Trying to put on real pressure here. Canada regains possession in the zone. Gets the shot. Just saves Celebrini. Almost gets a second goal. But just barely stopped there by the Czechia goaltender. Like the top of his pad. And now Canada with another shot in the slot. And point blank save again by the goaltender Dostal. And now again Canada. They get a D change. And they're keeping it in the zone. So they have fresh legs on D. They're going to send it back. They get one change on forward as well. The way the benches is sided right now in this, Canada's going to get some quick offensive changes in if they want to go D to D here. And that's what they did a couple times to keep those legs fresh and keep that advantage going as long as they can. That is like a crazy tactical advantage if you're able to pull that off, if you have the speed and hockey IQ to do that. Puck now deep in the Canada zone. Canada is able to get it out, though. Sorry, this is a forehead stream. But Czechia able to recover back in their zone. Trying to stretch the ice a little bit. In the neutral zone. Is that offsides? Yeah, it's offsides. Czechia goes offsides. 14:03 left in the second. Czechia and Canada both with some crazy opportunities. Not able to get anything done. Man, Celebrini almost had a second. Oh, the replay on that Celebrini shot. It hit the toe of the pad of the Czechia goaltender, popped up, and then hit the top of his pad, and then rolled away. Crazy. Canada with pressure inside of Czechia's zone. Keeping it deep. Cycling it around. Still behind the net. Brings it back to the point. D to D. Sends it down deep. Crosby along the boards. Not able to get anything going. Back to the defense. Canada, they exit the zone, regrouping, sending it back through the neutral zone. Crosby tries to get a centering pass. Almost successful. Oh my god. What? Canada goal, Mark Stone. Canada goal, Mark Stone. Oh baby, Canada. Let's watch that replay, man. So, oh my goodness. Marner with the gorgeous sauce. Oh my goodness. Mitch Marner, are you serious right now? Are you for real, Mitch Marner? Are you for real? Oh my goodness, I can't stop coughing. Everything's dry. So Crosby had the puck along the right wing boards. He tried to center it, but it gets broken up by the Czechia defender. Bounces back to Crosby, who then gives it to Mitch Marner, who then sauces the puck over the sliding Czechia defender. Sauces it over the defender, right to Mark Stone's stick. Unbelievable pass. What was that, Mitch Marner? Holy. Oh my goodness. That was an insane pass, Dev. Oh my. Wow. I didn't even realize that. Well, in the moment, I didn't even realize that was a pass. That was insane. Chill, Daddy. Chill. Canada 2-0. Their time is coming. Their time is coming. This is all Czechia's hearing right now. But when Canada's making plays like that, scoring goals, getting perfect sauce over a sliding defender, there's not much you can do. There's not much you can do. That's insane. Jeez. Man down, man down. Beautiful sauce. Celebrini might be one of the best players on the ice right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have Game Pass. Indeed, I do. Czechia wins the face-off in their zone, back in towards the neutral zone. They do end up breaking up into Canada, wrapping it back around. That's a good question. I don't know what I got. I don't know which one I have. I used to have Ultimate, but I don't know if that's the one I just renewed. I'll check here in a second. Czechia. McKinnon. All on the right wing boards. Canada centers it back towards the high slot. Gets a shot, just misses. Back behind the net. Canada trying to cycle it back up front, but it's going to be Pasternak able to clean it up. Just barely misses there. Oh, 2-on-1 for Canada. Back and forth. What a save by Lucas Dostal. Back to the high slot. Canada still with control. They're going to send it in deep. Oh my goodness, Dostal. Oh, a 2-on-1 save. That was McDavid. Who are those two players? McDavid. Who was that other player? Number 38? Assistant captain? Or no, Hagel. It was Hagel and McDavid on the 2-on-1, which turned to a 2-on-0. And Dostal stones him. Oh, I would love to do that, Dev. Let me see. I honestly have never used cloud gaming on the Xbox app at all. I've never used cloud gaming at all. I know it's very useful. It is definitely very useful, but I don't know. I've never used it. I'm checking right now. I don't think I have Ultimate. It just says Premium. Sorry, my computer's freaking out right now. Czechia passes it back up to the point. They do get a shot off. Puck trickles just wide. I'll check in a little bit because I have way too many windows up right now and my stream, and I just by opening the Xbox app, my computer kind of freaked out for a second. So I'm I have to hold off on that for just a second. Huge open ice hit by Tom Wilson. What else would you want from Tom Wilson? That's what you need him for, baby. Face-off at center ice goes to Marchand on the Canada face-off win. Deep into the Czechia zone. Again, Czechia just looks a little unorganized, man. Back to the point, Canada rips it. Goes off the blocker of Dostal. Into the Czechia corner. Marchand is free. Marchand's going to center it back. Gets deflected back up to the point for Canada. Just getting it in deep. Maintaining possession. Back at the top. Another shot for Canada. Marchand takes a whack at the goalie. Tatar. Or not Tatar. Why did I say Tatar? Ruta. Getting in his face a little bit. You know. What you gotta do, or else, especially Marchand's gonna do that the entire game if you just let him do it. And they just keep showing replays of that goal, of that Stone goal. Marner's beautiful sauce, man. Face off in the Czechia zone on the right wing side. Looks like Sam Bennett taking the face off for Canada. Back on the ice. Wins it forward. Canada is able to gain possession. Brad Marchand behind the goal. They do end up getting to the sideboard, but Czechia does end up regaining possession. Puck does get out of the zone, off the side wall, gets deep. Binnington out to challenge. Doesn't quite go out of play, though. Puck still being fought for along the Canada boards. Canada just at the line. Czechia keeps it in. Takes a long shot on Binnington. He's able to calm it down. Canada now with possession in their zone. Back and forth we go, up to the red line, dumps it into the zone. Czechia on the left wing wall, trying to push it up forward. Crosby trying to keep it in. And he does so, exactly that. Czechia now on the opposite wall. Gets a check behind the net. Gets a check. Top slot, Mark Stone. Goes to the side, feeds it into the center. Not able to get much out of that. Czechia breaking down, or breaking out. They do get in the zone. No offsides. Crosby making a play. Canada possession. Back to center ice. Puck does get dumped in. Czechia with possession. Stretch pass along the wing. Holds it. Back to center ice. High slot. Backhand into the madness. Not able to do anything. Back to the left wing side. More madness in front. Nobody knows where the puck is. Puck finally gets loose. Czechia still has control. In the Canada zone. Cycling it high up top. Umbrella setup. Gets a shot. Nothing happening. Still up top for Czechia. Finally, shot gets blocked and turned over. Canada now on the counterattack. 3-on-2. Help arrives. Not able to squeeze it through for McKinnon. Czechia breaking out. Gets the puck in deep. Bennington does stop it along the boards. Shovels it very high. He pops that puck up. McDavid gets a pass in the center, walks in the slot, shoots it off the side of the goal. Oh my goodness. Czechia trying to get a counterattack, but gets the puck stripped. And Canada is going to send it down. Icing on Canada. Oh my goodness, dude. Holy. Wow. What a pass. McDavid just missing the net. I could see the shot he was going for. But, just missed target. He tried to get it between the pad and the blocker. But just misses the target. Canada wins the faceoff in their own zone. Tries to win it forward. McDavid finds a turnover in center. McDavid versus two defenders. He hacky sacks the puck a little bit. And Czechia freezes the puck. Whew. Dude, my life goal is to go to the Olympics one day. As like a life. The Winter Olympics specifically. My life goal is to go to a Winter Olympics someday. But holy God, is it expensive to ever go to the Olympics. How about the USA women's team, man? They've been incredible, dude. They've been so incredible. They've scored 5 goals in all 4 of their games. The USA women's team. They've just been unbelievable. They've only let up 1 goal in 4 games. They have 3 shutouts, dude. 3 shutouts in 4 games for USA women's. And 20 goals in those 4 games. They are like this is absolute domination. This is the biggest gap we might have ever seen in USA versus women's hockey between these teams. Like it like if you think about it in terms of like video game and like esports, right? Like right now USA women's is Optic. They are like the undisputed champions of the world, and everyone's just trying to catch up. It wasn't that case as early as like early last year, but like as we got into like the rivalry series last year, and as we got into the IIHF play, stuff like that, like it's been all USA women's. Even the rivalry series this year, the USA women's also swept that in a plus 17 goal differential as well. Like they are just crushing it in every single which way. Puck is in the Czechia zone. 7:45 left in the game. Czechia trying to break it out of their zone here. And they do end up getting it into the neutral zone. Gets it deep into the Canada zone, but Drew Doughty is going to be there to try and recover here. Along the boards. Back. All the way deep in the Czechia zone. Goes for a huge hit! Who is that? I don't know who that is. But Canada does end up regaining possession towards their bench, tries to get it back into the zone, and they do miss a shot, go wide, still possession behind the Czechia goal. Czechia able to break it up. Breaking it out. That's Sam Reinhart, number 13. He's the one who had the crazy check. Fred Marchand gets a turnover. Czechia gets the puck back deep into Canada zone. Behind the net. Playing around in the corner. Pass. Save by Binnington. On the one-timer by Czechia. Puck goes all the way back down into Czechia's zone on the clear, and it is icing on Canada. No, oh wait, no, that I thought it was the number was 13 on that player who went for that check out of nowhere. I thought it was 13, which would have been Sam Bennett. It was 43. That was Tom Wilson. That makes more sense. Face off in the Canada zone, won by Czechia. Czechia along the board, tries to get it in front quick, but it does get broken up and sent back down again. I think it's going to be icing again on Canada. Yeah. That's once again an icing on Canada. Oh, that was a beautiful setup, man. Ugh. So on the most recent Czechia opportunity, it went from left wing to right wing, cross ice pass, slap shot to Pasternak, who deflected it, and it still didn't go in. Czechia wins the faceoff in the Canada zone, gets a shot off from the point, couple rebounds. Still not able to pocket anything, but like, man, the rebounds are there though. The rebounds are completely there. They've been there the entire game, and they remain like the best way for Czechia to try and score here. They're giving, yeah, they continue to feed Roenick at the point. It was just slapping every shot. I mean, like it really feels like Czechia is going to get a bounce or two soon. Off the face-off, rips it, and Binnington flashes the leather. Binnington with the glove save. That was a great save by Binnington, I will say that. Face off once again. On the right wing. Looks like Czechia has won it. Goes back deep into the Canada zone where Canada regains possession. Gets it into the neutral zone. Czechia trying to put on pressure. Canada still kind of keeping it in the neutral zone. Puck gets dumped in. Canada recovering, regrouping. Going for this breakout. Here they come, approaching neutral ice. Gets it deep into the zone. They beat the defender to the puck along the boards. Czechia gets it out the center. Up the left wing. Nothing there. Canada regains possession again. They dump it in once again. Czechia. They're just trading possessions right now. Czechia has possession. Back in their zone. Gets it out the center ice. Tries to chip it in, but it goes right back to Canada. And then Canada dumps it in. But it is actually going to be an icing on Canada there. A lot of Czechia's best opportunities have been off face-offs. Czechia has been noticeably amazing at face-offs. So they love it when Canada ices it, man. Because then they are able to just win this face-off and just rip a shot. Try to get a rebound. That's what they've been doing this whole time. This entire time, that's what they've been doing. McKinnon and Faska. McKinnon wins the face-off. Puck goes into the neutral zone for Canada. They're going to regroup. Back to Doughty. Not able to get much going. A little sloppy in the neutral zone, but Canada still able to get it deep into the Czechia zone. Canada wins the fight to the puck. Back to the blue line. D to D. Drops it into the zone. Czechia able to recover. They're going to send it down the ice and gets an icing of their own. 4:47 left in the second. 2-0 Canada. To me, it looks like Czechia is exhausted. They look exhausted. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would be exhausted too if I'm Spacek and I'm having to play 20 minutes in the first two periods. I'm exhausted too. He's playing incredibly well though. Spacek is playing really, really, really well for Czechia. Czechia forced to cover up. Face off should be to one of the sides of the Czechia goal. Commercial break. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Like, share the stream, tell everybody to be in here while I do it. Here's some water, dude. Water. Where?
There's nothing here but the cold wind, and I'm not sure if it's pulling me into the dark, and the earth
I'm bringing my whole water pitcher out. We are not joking around today. We are not joking around. We do not joke around with hydration here. Face off in the Czechia zone, won by Canada. Below the red line, gets it in front, tries to do a chip shot, not able to connect with it. Czechia now with possession in their own zone. Still being heavily pressured by Canada, as expected. Forced to ice it. Face off back into the Czechia zone. They cannot. It's been like 3 minutes since they've been able to get this stupid puck out of their zone. 4:06 left in the second period. 2-0 Canada. McDavid on the face-off. Czechia wins it. Brings it along the left wing. Crosses the center. Czechia with possession in Canada's zone now. Into the high slot. Takes a shot. Gets checked. Just misses the net. That was a great bump there by the Canadian player. Goes back into the blue line. Czechia gets it in deep. Czechia tries to pick it off in the neutral zone, not able to do so. Canada with possession into the Czechia zone. Connor McDavid on the wing just loses the puck. Czechia turnover in the high slot, gets out of the zone. Canada still possession in the neutral zone. Lots of congestion near the Canada bench, but no too many men called. I don't know if it was or not, but just saying. There's a lot of stuff happening. Czechia gets the puck into the Canada zone. Trying to put on some pressure with those forechecking. Drew Doughty getting checked by the Czechs. Canada breaks it out through the neutral zone. Back in deep. Marchand being double teamed. Still gets it deep. Tries to center it. Nothing happens. Czechia on the counterattack. Tries to get it in deep, but Canada is all over it. Brad Marchand is just so slow. Brad Marchand, he centers it. Canada breakaway through the 5-hole. It's a goal for Canada. Canada goal on the breakaway just as I was calling out friggin' Brad Marchand for being slow. Nifty little pass right through the middle. Canada scores on the breakaway. Pure friggin' speed, dude. Oh my goodness. Was that Bo Horvat? Bo freaking Horvat, dude. Speed demon. 3-0 Canada. Bo freaking Horvat, dude. Wait. You hear that? Canada ready to take Czechia to their grave. 3-0 Canada. Puck goes in deep to the Czechia zone. D to D around the boards. Gets back deep into the Czechia zone. Connor McDavid, or excuse me, that's Sidney Crosby. Excuse me. Deep in the Czechia zone. Czechia is able to get it out, though. Not much pressure to be applied. Canada trying to hit a quick break along the right wing. Gets dumped back in. Czechia, a bit of a lazy cycle there, and Canada's able to put on some pressure. Almost gets a turnover, but not quite. Through the neutral zone for Czechia. They have possession below the red line of Canada. Cycling it around. Still Czechia control. Highly pressured. Very physical. Along the boards. Battle for the puck continues. Below the red line. Back to the boards. Pressed up against the boards here. Devontae's putting on pressure. Tries to center it. Nothing happening. Canada regains possession. Czechia tries to get it back in deep, but Canada staying persistent. Neutral zone crossing into the zone. Cale Makar goes up front. D to D pass. Another shot. Another save. Dostal. Dude, I need to see how fast Bo Horvat was going, dude. Holy. He was moving, dude. Bo Horvat. What a freaking goal, man. What a freaking goal. What a freaking goal. Face-up goes into the Canada zone. Canada able to regain possession. They do get it out. Gets a little chip in there. Czechia. Canada turns it over. Into the slot. Back to the side. Tom Wilson. Hanging out with Crosby. And Celebrini. Oh, McDavid almost tries to drive the net. That wasn't Crosby. That was McDavid. Sorry. McDavid still with possession behind the net. Just going back and forth. Nobody wants to challenge him. He feeds it in front. Missed shot by Tom Wilson. Back to the blue line of Canada. Just misses the pass. It gets cleared. Canada forced to retreat. Time is ticking down in the second period. 5 seconds left. They go for another stretch pass. Here comes McDavid. Tries to give it to Celebrini, who tries to shovel it in front. Not going to work. That is the end of the second period. Canada leads 3-0. Bo Horvat, the speed friggin' demon, scores a goal. Mark Stone gets the beautiful feed from Mitch Marner. And it's 3-0 Canada. Hey, how you like that? You like that? You like that? Who do you think you are, I am? Who do you think you are, I am? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Uh, that's how Canada feels right now. Who do you think you are, I am? 3-0 Canada. 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 3-0 Canada. I'm really tired right now, dude. I've been up since like 6 a.m. Purely for the passion. Let's look at some stats. Why don't we? Find some stats under the second period. Canada, Czechia. Going over some of the basic team stats. So, the 3 goal scorers for Canada: Macklin, Celebrini, Mark Stone, Bo Horvat. Shots are almost even. Czechia has 22 shots. Canada has 23. I feel like Canada's getting a lot more just straight up high danger chances. If I had to guess, just straight up higher danger stuff is much better, or much higher percentage. Czechia they're generating a ton of rebounds. They are generating so many rebounds, and it's just nothing doing. They're not able to put anything in the pocket, dude. Czechia did take a 2-minute penalty, but not. I don't know some of these Olympic special rules, so it's according to the Olympic website, it says Czechia has 4 minutes in penalties, but only gave up 2 minutes in PowerPoint time. I don't know how that works in the Olympics, but yeah, is what it is. Let's look at the player statistics here for the period. Ice time leader for Canada is not Connor McDavid. It is Devon Toews, which I agree with. He's been fantastic. He's been so good for Canada and showing in this game. He has a minute more ice time than Cale freaking Makar. That goes to show you how well Devon Toews is playing right now. As far as forwards go, McDavid leads, followed by Celebrini, which makes perfect sense. Celebrini's been so freaking good. And obviously McDavid is McDavid. On side of Czechia, Their time on ice leader, as expected from seeing this game, Phil Hronek. Hronek's been having a really good game too. He's -2, but also he's their number one defenseman, and he's the one tasked with trying to stop Connor freaking McDavid and Macklin Celebrini on the same goddamn line, dude. Like, nothing you can do about that. There's nothing even if you took Canada's defenders in Devontae, their top defenders in this game, if you took Devontae's and Kellen Carr and put them up against a line of Celebrini, McDavid, and Wilson, I don't even think they would do much better. Might do like a little better, but not like insanely better. So Hronek, time and ice leader, 14 and a half minutes of the 40 played so far. He's nearly played half of the entire game, which, I mean, you probably expected coming into this. And I would say, all things considered, I think he's doing pretty deep. I think he's doing decent. I don't think he's made any like horrible mistakes. My main critique on Czechia right now is that some of their breakouts just look completely unorganized. Their breakouts just look gross. And then you can tell on defense, like, Czechia's third pair is so bad comparatively. Like again, not much they can do. Like, their third pair is just, I mean, their third pair are like, they're like Czech, or not, they're like not even KHL players. They're like Liga players. I think some play in like the Swiss league or the in the SHL. And they're like third pair defensemen. So it's like that puts even more pressure on Hronek, obviously. It's tough defensive assignments. Simic is playing really well, too. He's their second leading defenseman with 13-19 played. Leading forwards on ice time, Natchez for Czechia, about 13:59, so basically 14 minutes played so far. Martin Natchez on the ice, almost half of the entire game so far. Radko Gudas has 12 minutes. Oh, Kempny has 15 minutes played. Over 15 minutes played. 15-17 to be exact. He's also playing very well. He hasn't met -1, but he's been playing pretty darn well, I'd say. Kempny's pretty noticeable. Comp, he's been playing pretty good. 12 minutes, 27. Spacek, 13 minutes. You if you I'm just looking at the time on ice here for the Czech team, and you can just tell, like, every player that doesn't have NHL experience has like 8 minutes or under ice time right now. That's their situation right now. But really, like, all things considered, like really, if they get like one or two better bounces, this is like a 1-goal game probably. But you can't say that about. You can't like depend on that stat, but it just feels like they're getting a ton of rebounds, but it's just like, it's a whiff here, it's a miss the net here, it's this puck's wide open and nobody's getting to it, like, all that. United States is playing Latvia today. I want to give an apology in advance for Latvia. You know, they tried. I know the game hasn't been played yet, but they tried. I will say though, and I put this on Twitter too. I'm rooting for Latvia, man. Was it last? When was it? There was some. It might have been like IIHF Worlds or something, where Latvia just had an insane upset win. It was only like in pool plays or something, but they had like some insane upset win. That was really fun. And ever since then, I've been like, Latvia's like, the Latvia and the Italians are like true underdogs. Latvia has been kind of on the upswing though as a country as far as hockey goes. They have been slowly improving, and you can kind of tell with their roster. Like if you look at their roster for this Olympics compared to like even like the last two Winter Olympics, probably their roster this year is definitely better. It's not like competitive per se, still, but it's like it's definitely better than it was. Latvia's cool. They're chill people. Ugh, man, I need more caffeine, dude. Oh my goodness. I got a tweet for third period. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. YouTube gave me like a warning that like I have audio that is blocked. I don't know what that even means. Because the only audio I'm playing is or I mean I guess the soundboard, but the only audio that I'm playing is from literally my friend's band, who definitely don't have any copyrights on their songs. Detected audio in your stream belonging to someone else. I really don't know what this means. You detected audio in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure the content owner has added your channel to their allow list. Like I don't know. I legitimately do not know what they're talking about. I legitimately do. I do not know what audio YouTube is talking about that is blocked right now. I'm like I said, I'm playing my friend's band song. No, it's not a strike. It's not a strike. Yeah, I just got a warning. Like I got a little pop up that says like, "Hey, if you continue to use this audio, then your stream may be blocked." That's what it said. So I don't know. Like I said, I like these songs have like under 2,000 plays. Like they are not signed with a. They don't have any copyright. I don't know. I do not know what audio YouTube is detecting. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you're not even supposed to stream the audio of it. You're not even supposed to stream the audio. I, I know. That is really confusing. I'm gonna clickbait this. I'm gonna say they're trying to take my stream down. They don't want you to listen to my commentary. Like yeah, like I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is something on the soundboard that I had. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Which would also be weird because it's a soundboard. It's like that should most certainly fall under fair use. Like that, like I don't know. I'm just gonna I'm gonna see what happens when I play. We're just gonna do stream beats because why not? But because I know that's copyright free, but it's like that's so weird. That's so weird. What do you mean YouTube? Yeah, I haven't whatever. Whatever. Go stream beats on there. Thanks, YouTube. Maybe we'll get more information after the stream on like what sound specifically it did not like. Honestly, I can see like the Undertaker sound. Maybe it's the Undertaker sound. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Like that would make the most sense if it was the Undertaker sound. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. And Twitch is fine. Twitch hasn't yelled at me, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was gonna say I know you're definitely not supposed to stream the audio, but whatever. I'm not gonna argue with the tube. In the end, at the end of the day, the tube owns me, dude. The tube owns me. The tube freaking owns me. We're getting ready for the third period. What I'm trying to do is... Oh, yeah, I just want to do that. Period 3 is going to be starting here soon. I don't know. My meld is not letting me add text anymore. Or edit my text. Whatever. We will know it's third period. All right, third period. My stream is like getting slightly behind every time, but whatever. So we're a little late to hop into the third period, but we're in the third period. 17:30 left. Canada up 3-0. Puck into the Czechia zone. Czechia with possession. They break it out towards the blue line, in through the neutral zone. Pasternak gets stood up by Cale Makar. And now Devontae's up to the left wing. Czechia, D to D. Regroup back in the zone. Puck goes into the Czechia zone. Or Crosby trying to fight for the puck. They do end up getting possession here. Mark Stone deep in the Czechia zone. Canada tries to cycle up high. Pasternak with the turnover. Czechia breaking in. Drop pass. Shoot. No! He just misses the net. Czechia shot misses the net. Puck back into the Czechia zone. Still no stoppage. 16-20. In the third. Up the left wing comes Czechia. Around the Canada net, down deep. Loses possession. Canada breaking out. Quick pass. Nathan McKinnon gets around the D. Puts a backhand on net. And that's a save. That's a save. Bunsy, what's up, dude? Buns. Cinnabuns. What's up? What's up, dude? My goat. Canada at the blue line tries to dump it in, and they do. Possession. McDavid behind the Czechia net tries to center it, gets broken up. Czechia with control once again behind their net. They're going to break out with speed. 98 up that left wing, breaks it all the way into the Canada zone around everybody, puts a shot on net. Immediately gets deflected off, and Canada regains possession. They're going to dump it back in to the Czechia zone. Czechia tries to go for a quick breakout, almost turns it over in the mid-slot. McDavid puts a shot on, and that's saved by Dostal. Up the left wing, Czechia coming into the Canada zone. Gets broken up. I think there's a whistle. High stick. How you doing? How you doing, Bunsy? Bunsy boy. Bunzer. Yeah, I don't want to buy viewers, actually. Very much. Do not wish to do that. We're just watching some hockey this morning, buds. Czechia wins the faceoff, gets a quick shot off the faceoff, not able to put it in. Czechia playing with a lot more urgency right now. Definitely. They're trying to be a lot quicker with their decisions. Puck goes into the Czechia zone. Spacek passes it up into the neutral zone. Czechia breaking into Canada. Gets him off the puck. Marchand gets the puck. Getting around. Dude, Call of Duty just like... Call of Duty is just not it for me anymore. I just can't. I cannot stand Call of Duty anymore. Czechia goalie tries to rim it around in his zone. Does bounce off the wall, and now Czechia has possession, dumping it deep into Canada zone where Bennington starts to break it out. Canada leaving their zone into the neutral. Stone sends it off deep in the Czechia zone. Off the wall, back to Stone, in front of the net. Deflection off the goalie. Dostal. Crosby behind the net. Feeds it in front. Just misses the puck. And it gets sent down. Yeah, I haven't bought this COD. I haven't even watched it. I'm supposed to cast it. I'm supposed to cast a championship in like 15 days, but I have not watched a single minute of COD, Comp COD this year, and I cannot bring myself to. I'm just so incredibly uninterested. Czechia in their zone, trying to get the puck free. Canada regains possession. Just trying to pin it to the boards, it seems like, and waste that time. Canada still with possession, forced to regroup. Breaks it through the neutral zone. Nathan McKinnon goes into the slot, bounces off of him. He goes and chases it. Canada still with possession. Back up to the blue line, D to D. Drew Doughty. Pass was a little too hot for him to handle, but Canada still regains possession. Back down deep, tries to feed it in front. Czechia regains possession. Pasternak up the left side wing, dancing around. Dipsy Doodle, he puts it through. Fancy move to the teammate, not able to finish. Pasternak just barely not getting anything done. He's trying, though. He is freaking trying. Canada with possession, D pass. Back into the Czechia zone, gets it in deep. Penalty on Czechia. Slashing? Interference. That is Kubalik. Kubalik gets a penalty for interference in the third period for Czechia. It is all but over. It is all but over. Yep. I don't think it was intentional, but he does accidentally kind of trip up Celebrini in the slot. I would stream the USA Latvia game later, but I do have to work tonight, so I would be able to stream that game for like an hour, and then I would have to leave for work, so not able to do that, unfortunately, but see if YouTube has yelled at me again since I started changing everything. I don't think so. We're good. Look at that. People are actually visiting the stream again, too. Yeah, so I don't even know what YouTube was doing that it didn't like out of me. And it threatened to kill me, murder me in Minecraft for it. I don't know. Maybe they'll tell me after. Very weird. Face off in the Czechia zone. Won by Canada. Back to the point. Walks the blue line. Sends it back over. McDavid to Crosby. Crosby. McDavid side of the net. Canada scores. Nathan McKinnon. 4-0 Canada. I mean, it was a Canada power play. And just unbelievable scenes, man. How are you going to stop that? How are you going to stop that? Canada gets another one. 4-0 Canada versus Czechia. I mean, it's so crazy. Like you have Crosby, McKinnon, and McDavid on the same friggin' line for 2 minutes, dude. Like what? I'm frustrated for Czechia in the sense that any team that's allowed to happen in any organized hockey. But Not that it shouldn't. I'm not saying it shouldn't be allowed. I'm just saying that it's just insane that that's even a possibility. Czechia at the blue line, D to D. Sends it in front. Not able to get anything. Somebody gets pushed into Bennington, I think. Bennington might have dove. Marchand gets behind the Czechia defense, puts a shot on, not able to get anything. This is getting insanely physical right now. Canada, Kale McCarr walks in. I think he hits a post. I think Kale McCarr hit the post. Still has it in deep. Sends it back to the point. Rips a shot. Save Dostal. Oh my goodness, man. No, he did actually just run into Bennington. That wasn't. Normally Bennington will dive, but that I don't even think that was a dive. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I don't even think that was a dive. It seemed like he legitimately butt ended Bennington in the back. Czechia wins the faceoff in their own zone. They're going to send it up the ice. Canada cycling it. Mark Stone, center ice. Tries to get through. Back to the point. In deep. Mark Stone once again with possession. Feeds it back along the boards. Czechia gains possession. Cross ice. Puts a shot on. Goes wide. Along the boards. Canada regains possession. Czechia takes it back over. In through the neutral zone. Oof, Pasternak gets clobbered along the wall. Canada moves in with speed. Nathan McKinnon goes around the defense, tries to center it, intercepted by Czechia. That could have been dangerous. Canada, Kale McCarr puts it up. Czechia regains possession, moves it forward. Moves it back now. Canada beats it back forward. Just wasting time. Less than 10 minutes to go left in the third. Up the left-hand wall. Back to center. Bring it around. Deep in the Canada zone behind Bennington. Canada gets it free. They're going to feed it up. No icing. Icing waved off. I think that was barely icing, but it was waved off. Canada with possession now. You can tell the game has kind of lightened up a little bit. Loosened up. Wilson whips it around at the net. Gets deflected up and away. Yeah, you can definitely tell Czechia's kind of given up. That power play goal was kind of the dagger there. Power play goal was the dagger, I would say. Because it just seems like Czechia is just not. It seems like they've already given up. But Bennington might just get a shutout here. What was that? Someone's car alarm went off for a second there. Whew. HP just launched a laptop subscription. Love that. I don't love it. That's a lie. I don't love it at all. Face off in the Czechia zone. Won by Czechia. Czechia does get it into the Canada zone. Along the boards, waiting for some teammates. Quick shot. Nothing coming. Tries to feed it back to the slot. Nothing. Still in deep in Canada zone. Czechia possession. Along the boards. Deep. Brings it around town. Czechia defense dances. I think that's a spot check. Dances around. Gets a shot off. Nothing comes. Czechia back in the Canada zone. They're just throwing everything at the net because I mean you're down 4-0, so. Czechia. Pasternak. Feeds it. Into the Canada zone. In deep. Trips the ref. Back up top. Czechia. Shoots. I think deflects out. 8:17 left in the third period. Sam Reinhart. Pictured on the bench. Probably getting a couple more shifts in. I don't think he had like even 5 minutes in the first two periods. Sam Reinhart and Sam Bennett. Probably, I think they both had under 5 minutes. Canada wins the faceoff in their own zone. Flicking it out to the blue line. Czechia tries to intercept, not able to. And now with speed comes in Canada. Takes a shot. That's gloved by Dostal. Sam Bennett with the shot. Came in with some speed too. Czechia wins it in their zone, tries to cross pass through the center, gets intercepted by Sidney Crosby, who dumps it in the zone. Canada has possession in the Czechia zone. Dumps it in deep. Cale Makar steps up, sends it back to the D. Pass a little too hot to handle, goes all the way down. No icing. Crosby keeping it on the boards. Cale Makar with possession behind the Canada goal. Here comes Canada, breaking it through the neutral zone. Nathan McKinnon sweeps in, feeds it to the center. Shot was missed the net. Drew Doughty along the D to D. Not able to get anything. Puck goes back into the Canada zone. 7 minutes left in the game. Puck goes through center. Czechia in their zone. Canada fighting for possession. They win the board battle. In behind the net. Nathan McKinnon off the pads of I can't pronounce it right now. Dostal. There we go. Still in behind the net. Canada still has possession. Back up the blue line. Sideboards. Feeds it in front. Scores! Canada goal in front of the net. A little chip deflection there. Number 10. Canada scores. Nick Suzuki with a little chip deflection in front. It is 5-0 Canada. Nick Suzuki. McDavid kind of feeds it to Suzuki. Yeah, McDavid feeds it to Suzuki, and Suzuki just turns the stick blade into a ramp, and the puck just pops up over Dostal and into the net. Five nothing Canada. Good for Nick Suzuki, though. Honestly, good for Nick Suzuki. Good on him. Good on him. I think yeah, that's his first Olympic goal. Faceoff was won by Czechia, and then feeded back to the defense, who rimmed it around for an icing. Faceoff going to be in the Czechia zone. McDavid at center wins the faceoff. Back to the defense. They go D to D. Gets it down deep. Cycling low. McDavid again gets knocked down. McDavid gets back up, still just fending off three Czechia players with one arm. No biggie. Feeds it in front. Gets broken up. Back to the D. That might have been outside, but it doesn't matter. There's no replay. Gets in deep. Czechia on the attack. Puck goes out to center. For Czechia once again trying to regroup here in the neutral zone. Pasternak gets bullied off the puck. Canada regains possession. Dumps it into the zone. Canada with possession behind Czechia's net. Sam Bennett. Czechia able to outwork it. Cale Makar at the point. Sends it in. Misses the net. Sam Bennett once again along the boards. Goes back up to the point. Cale Makar again. Feeds it to Bennett. Shoots. Nothing happens. I don't know if that missed the net or if that was if it was blocked. Either missed the net or it was blocked. Czechia with possession in their own zone. Under 5 minutes left in the game. Spot check. Up the left wing. Cross ice. Into the Canada zone. Tries to throw it at the net. Nothing happened. Canada regains possession. Through the neutral zone. Gets it down deep. High slot. Shot. Puck loose. Canada regains. Back to the D. Continuing to work it. In deep. Spot check. Fighting for the puck. Spot check is visibly tired. Still deep behind the Czechia goal. Cycles around. Up top. Dumps it in. Spot check. Trying to get out through the boards. Finally does. They're exhausted though. Canada's going to try to turn this around quick, and they do. Quick break. McKinnon. Shot. Goes wide. Canada keeps it in. Center. What a freaking save by Dostal. Oh my goodness. He's got to be exhausted. Canada is just... They're just keeping the puck to the outside, and they're just cycling, wearing them out. And then when they're too tired to deal with, friggin' McDavid or whoever they choose to have either on the boards or behind the net, they just make a play and send it in front and shoot it. Just friggin' rip it. Kill Makar. That's all they're doing right now. That Crosby tried to take the shot right off the face-off. So Canada's getting a little cheeky here, dude. Crosby even wound up a bit. Sidney Crosby is the third oldest Canadian player to record a point in the Olympics. He is behind Harold Simpson, who did it at 38 in 1932. And another guy who I didn't read fast enough. So you'll never know. We'll never know. It's my fault. I'm sorry. The rink looks beautiful, though. I will say, like, it looks beautiful in there. McKinnon taking the face off. He wins it in the Czechia zone. Defenseman dances around, trying to get a more favorable position for a shot. Not able to do so. Czechia trying to break it out. Into the neutral zone. There's a whistle. I don't know what the whistle was. Offsides? Possibly offsides. What's up, Sandy? What's up, Sandy? Sandy, I've lurked in a couple of your streams in the last little bit, in the last like maybe month or two, I think. I've been trying to get back in the groove. I see you out there. You're crushing it. I feel like every time I see your stream, Sandy, it's just getting a little better, getting a little more viewers, getting a little better. Proud of you, Sandy. Face off in the Czechia zone. McDavid on the face off. Again, they're just trying to shoot off the face off. Czechia able to get it deep, and icing on Czechia. So very proud of you, Sandy. You got this. Under 3 minutes left in the third. Czechia zone face-off won by Canada. Canada at the blue line. Whiffs. Puck goes out. Bennington's going to play it. Back around the net. Trying to move forward. McDavid deep in the Czechia zone. Behind the net. Trying to get some feeds in front. Czechia defenseman has lost his stick. They are able to regain possession, though. Breaks it through the center ice. Andre Palat. Pasternak. Along the boards. To the D. Gets it down deep. Bennington. Playing it. Canada. Pasternak. Gets it out. I can't remember. It might have been like a couple weeks ago when I saw you were live. I saw how many people were in your stream, and I was just like, damn. That's Sandy. Sandy putting in that work. Nobody else has noticed I got you. Though I feel like you're doing good stuff. Czechia, minute 10 left. Going around the D. Back through the central zone, the neutral zone. Under a minute to play, Canada up 5-0. Shots are 36-26 for Canada. 50 seconds. Czechia zone. Canada in on the attack. Mark Stone along the wall. Back up top. Pass shot. Goes wide. Czechia on the way back through. Deep in the zone. Going around. along the boards. 25 seconds left. Czechia below Canada's red line with possession. Canada trying to keep that Bennington shutout. Czechia comes out possession. 15 seconds left. Puck in front of the net. Canada able to sweep it out. 10 seconds left. And Czechia is going to just hold. I thought they were going to hold on to it, but no, they take it forward. 3 seconds left. 2 centers pass. Nothing happens. Canada gets the shutout. Bennington, I mean, he had some, like, I mean, it's hard to say, talk bad on a shutout, right? It's a shutout. You did your job at the end of the day. But, like, he definitely had a lot of juicy rebounds, man. Like, it wasn't an easy, it wasn't a safe shutout. It didn't look like he was, like, dominating. He was leaving some pretty freaking juicy rebounds. That part of it was not very controlled, but you know, in the end of the day, still a shutout. Shutouts a shutout. They don't ask how, they ask how many, and that's what Jordan Bennington did. All right, that's gonna do it for the stream today. Just streaming some hockey. That's gonna be more my normal stream. I'm trying to transition from esports into hockey. I'm still gonna probably gonna stream some normal games here, because yeah, but hockey is much more like the direction I want to go. So that's what I'm gonna do more. So yeah, thank you guys for showing out. Follow me on Twitter at RarityCasts on Twitter. Hang out with me. Tell your friends. I'm gonna be doing Olympic coverages in the morning. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Have a good night, everybody. Keep crushing it. And I love you. I love you.